Why do you think that he's been in the same exact chair, in the same exact position, same hair, shirt, for what, like 10 years, saying the same shit, the same terrible jokes, never changing? Because he found a formula and he's gonna stick to it. And all of his audience, until they outgrow it and they realize that he's not actually funny, are gonna sit there, oh yeah, ass eating.
Of course, wrote this off as corruption and a bunch of baloney, but now it's happening again, and this one seems a lot harder to just dismiss. But you know what they say, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, well then you're just breaking out of the matrix, am I right, hustlers? The hustler...
You see how you're triggered? Like, why does it make you upset that young men want to hustle? Yeah, is that right, hustlers? You're fucking... You have all these people subscribed to you, 11 million subscribed to you, and you can't tell them how to make money? You can't tell them that they should be better? Do you encourage anybody? Do you say anything of value, anything funny? It's cringe to these soy boy fucking liberal faggots to want to improve your life. They have shamed you. They've made self-improvement cringe. They've made energy cringy. They've made becoming better cringy. Don't think past that.
University is what Andrew Tate is most famous for. You pay $50 a month for a Discord server, which is the most pathetic thing on the planet, and I think adds to the comedy of Andrew Tate and all of his fans. And in that godforsaken Discord server,
you don't hate him because of the Discord server. You hate him because he's better than you in every metric. More money, could beat the shit out of you. You look like homeless Jesus. What am I, 10 years young? I would beat the fuck out of you. I'm better than you. That's why you don't like me. Because you game all day and you're in your 30s. Grow the fuck up. Your room looks like a 12-year-old kid, bro.
Acts is like Alcoholics Anonymous, where people just hype each other up and tell each other their problems with not getting laid or not being financially stable, while getting lectures from people that aren't even Andrew Tate on the most basic stuff imaginable. They hype themselves
imaginable, yeah, being a hustler. You hear the feminine in your voice?
Up as top G alpha males, but they're pissing away $50 a month to learn basic drop shipping techniques and how to do push.
$50 a month? And people spend hours watching your live. They're giving away their time. That's worse. Like, yeah, okay, you take $50 a month to join the creativity kit or the real world, but you're draining people's lives and their minds away. You're stealing their energy with your nothing.
Push-ups. I'm gonna let all of you in on a secret. Even the people that are very successful that like Andrew Tate are not stupid enough to be paying $50 a month for advice you can find on WikiHow. It is so embarrassing. It's a scam and you're not in on it. You're the victim. And yet
your whole existence is a scam. You scam people's lives away.
You're so brainwashed you continue to swallow his whole meat for it with a smile.
You're not funny.
Smile on your face. He is preying on insecure men, and he is doing...
And what are you preying on? Lonely gamer? You know nothing about what women are like nowadays. You say nothing besides drama that's going on. You don't talk about the agenda. You don't talk about anything serious or anything of that, or that can wake people up.
Doing everything he can to keep you a virgin. When you're a virgin, you're a Hustlers University student. When you're a
when you're a virgin, you watch you playing Twitch for hours on end.
Virgin, you're an Andrew Tate supporter because he's feeding you things you want to hear and you're taking it as, you know, telling it like it is. Meanwhile, you're unhappy and still not getting laid. And he's also giving you bad financial advice because when you're making money, you'll learn that everything he's saying is fucking worthless. So he needs to keep you just broke enough to afford the $50 a month that you're wasting on his awful, awful techniques and awful advice. Andrew Tate's entire business and career relies on you being insecure and financially unstable. So obviously he doesn't actually want you to succeed. You're just paying money for...
Chat, type of 1 if what Andrew and Tristan Tate talk about has motivated you and made you feel better.
For hopium. Snap out of it. You leaving Hustlers...
And who do you think young men should listen to? Like, genuinely, who do you think masses of young men should listen to? Andrew and Tristan Tate or this dude? It's that simple. Like, anyone, if you ask a woman, ask your parents, ask your friends, who would you rather listen to? Former kickboxing champions or a gaming or a pasty, homeless-looking dude? Genuinely, it's that simple. And you would think that these people would be smarter doing videos for this long, but they're not. It's like they really lack any critical thinking skills. You're not saying anything unique, bro.
University is you.
Hey, look, also, anybody in the real world, the creativity kid, how much you've made a lot of money doing this. I know people who I've given people jobs. They're making 5 to 10K a month from the creativity kit. You know how many people I've talked to in the real world and Hustle University have made like 20, 30K now? From what they've learned in an online course. They don't talk about how college is a scam. They don't talk about how they encourage kids to go in student debt as soon as they turn 18. You can get a loan for $300,000 to go to school, but you can't get 50K when you're 18 to start a business. Why is that? Because it's all a scam and they won't talk about it. But they're so quick to call courses a scam, not because it's actually a pyramid scheme, but because you get triggered by men that are better than you.
Leaving the Matrix, goddammit. Just think about all the money you'll save not paying for that shit. You could afford a gym membership. Then you could access free information for workouts online that'll actually give you results. You can get big and strong like me. This is very long-winded. I'm sorry, I got sidetracked because we're talking about Andrew Tate and it's such a wacky situation. I couldn't help but throw all this in here. But yeah, Andrew Tate.
It's just, this is all cope. And they pretend that it's comedy.
Tristan Tate, they've been arrested on human trafficking charges following an investigation that's been ongoing for quite some time. And the way that they actually apprehended him is extremely silly. It all ties back to a Twitter argument he had with a teenage girl. I'm sure you've all seen it. It was very public. He made this statement to Greta Thunberg about the emissions and his supercars and all that. And then she responded with a dunk on him that went viral. It's one of the top 25 most liked posts on all of Twitter right now. It's got about 3 million likes and counting, basically just saying he has small dick energy in response to what he said to her. And this sent him into meltdown mode. He very clearly got a bit hurt by this response. And one of his immediate tweets after this was talking about having sex with her, where
your voice is painful, bro. Painful.
Some fucking lunatic on there is like, Andrew Tate and Greta need to fuck already. And he just responded saying she isn't ready, which is super creepy.
You sound and look and talk like a zombie,
creepy and weird, just actual degenerate shit here. And when I first read this, I thought this was just full mask-off pedophilia. I didn't realize Greta Thunberg
She's 19, faggot.
Was 19. I thought she was still like 16 or something. So when I read this conversation, I thought they were just openly talking about fucking kids. Like, I had lost my marbles for a second. I had to Google to make sure that these weren't just two people admitting to being pedophiles.
Oh, God. You know, the funny part is, the people who are so quick to accuse other people of pedophilia like this, it's not the alpha males that they hate. It's never them. They don't do that type of shit. You know who's actually pedophiles? Minecraft YouTubers, people who game all day, people who cling on to their childhood, like these 30-year-old grown-ass homeless-looking men who, bro, your room looks like a child's room. So they actually end up becoming the pedophiles. You know that shit. Sky does Minecraft. Gaming YouTubers. It seems like people who cling on to childlike behavior, like you, Moist Critical, end up coming out as pedophiles more often than the alpha male.
But yeah, it turns out that she is 19, but that doesn't make
type of one if this guy looks more like a pedophile than Andrew Tate.
Make it any less awful to say shit like this. But all of this stress of being dunked on in such a big way was clearly very taxing on the smooth brain of Tate. So he then made a response video. And it's a very cringe response video. I actually think they should have slapped on an additional charge for cringe. He should have been hit with human trafficking and overwhelming plus ultra fucking turbo cringe, because this response video was abominable. Anyway, he made this video, posted it out there, big smile on his face, super excited. I'm gonna get the last laugh. You don't dunk on me. I come in here and I fucking dunk on you. But then a new slam and jammer entered into the equation. The Romanian authorities. You see, in this video, he made a mistake. He included a pizza box from a Romanian pizza place.
This is all just part of the lie that makes the leftists happy because they feel like they got a dunk. It's so clearly in his house in Romania. It has nothing to do with the
let the authorities know that he was still in the country.
Retards.
So after realizing that, they tracked him.
You believed it? Why did you believe it? Do you see how dumb these soy boys are? Just because it's a Twitter account with the paid for verification badge. Look, the name of this Twitter person is queer. Not a verified news source, nothing to do with Romania, not citing Romanian authorities, just a tweet, a queer tweet, and you believe it. You see how dumb? They just believe anything that supports their Matrix agenda.
Him down and arrested him today. The authorities gathered all the evidence they needed, and because Andrew Tate couldn't fight the urge to publicly argue with a teenage girl on Twitter, they got him and his brother. It's almost poetic in a sense. He got finally taken down because he just absolutely couldn't fight his own ego.
Look at him grinning, man. It's just beta males just really happy.
It's a guy who gets a lot of credit for being smart despite being an absolute fucking buffoon. Like a legitimate goddamn troglodyte. He made this emotionally charged, absolutely pathetic response video.
No, it wasn't. It was talking about how climate change is a scam.
To try and look cool, led the authorities right to him and his brother, who had been, I guess, evading them for quite some time. Pretty wild situation, honestly. He begged, he whined, cried, threw a tantrum, demanding he get his Twitter account back, and that ended up being the thing that put the final nail in his coffin here, it seems. Now, of course, we'll have to wait and see what happens.
Literally people praying. Nabi, KSI, Logan Paul, this fucking soy boy faggot, anybody else in this picture, remember who pushed the lie.
Happens with the charges and where this goes from here. But I think it's a little hard to explain away 2 instances of human trafficking with Andrew Tate here and raids on his property. That's not just a common occurrence. That's not something that just happens like a whoops-a-daisy. I guess it wasn't human trafficking. We made a mistake here. We got wires crossed. He's actually completely innocent. That's not something super normal. Of course, mistakes do happen when it comes to law enforcement, but human trafficking is one that doesn't pop up all that often. And I know a lot of people like to say it's just because Andrew Tate was so powerful and telling it like it is. He was revealing the truth and breaking out of the matrix. What the fuck are you talking about, you goddamn idiot? All he was saying is like, oh, you need to treat women this way, and they're gonna treat you this way.
Are you dumb?